Ethan?
Yeah, exactly. You had a show last night at the Streets of St. Charles?
Streets of St. Charles. Funny Bone was a good one. So the rest of the weekend's off to a hot start.
You've got two more days of shows. Tonight at 7:30 and 9:30. Tomorrow, Saturday night at 6 and 8:30. Again at the Streets of St. Charles. Funny Bone. You said last night's show was a good one. What constitutes a good show? Like, what does it look like when it's not? And why was last night great?
Oh, well, last night was great because it's finally my audience is starting to come out after years of slugging away.
Yeah.
And it was good. I mean, I'm laughing hearing you say Saturday night shows with it starting at 6 p.m. So I like a show where
you're arriving.
You can come in and it's light out, and it's still light out when you leave. So that's my demo right there.
I love that. I mean, I say this every time we have you in here, maybe a couple of the other comedians who come our way and hang out with us for a little bit on a Friday. I would have considered myself, the idea of scheduling the time, driving to St. Charles. I live in Illinois. Going through the plans to get there, and then never having gone to a comedy show before. I'm like, what if I don't even like it? That's a lot of work, a lot of time to get out there. And I mean, it's the most fun thing you can do is sign up for a few hours of laughing. Like, why would you not?
Yes, yeah, and the opening acts are very strong this weekend, so it's good. So the flip side of that is there's nothing worse than a bad comedy show. Which is you really feel time stops.
Sometimes we do that here, Ryan.
Yeah. That's like Mondays.
That's good. And you look at the clock on the wall and think, that sucker hasn't budged. How long have I been talking?
It's not even one yet.
Yeah.
Joe, can I ask you real quick just about when you say your people are coming out to see you, are there people that just go to comedy shows? Like, they don't even know who you are, just like, I like comedy, I'm going to go see comedy tonight.
Yeah, it's strange that sometimes that's like if someone thought, oh, this place has movies?
Yeah.
I'll go. I like the old motion pictures. That's good. So, yeah, it is strange. But in a way, that's kind of cool that if sometimes, somebody who had no idea what they're in for, we're like, oh, yeah, I had a good time with that, too. So that's, I certainly welcome people. And, then of course, you have the people who come every now and then. You get people coming with the free passes, and they're the absolute worst because they have nothing to lose. So they're
like socialists. They're entitled.
Exactly. Get them out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
Put them in the gulags already.
Every day, yeah, why not? If they're going to be gulags, you should have some say in who goes into the gulags.
I know, right?
We ask a YouTube poll every day, and this microphone is wild. And we always tell the YouTube audience to go cast their vote, but we also have the text line that is open, 314-241-9797. Today we're asking, who would you most support for the 2028 GOP presidential nomination? I'm giving you J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, or I'm not a Republican. Maybe you just don't care. What do you think?
I think Rubio's coming on strong. I think he is. What does he have? Or about 15 jobs in the administration?
Something like
that.
So
he's sitting there with that glum look on his face. Did you see they gave him the puzzle of him?
Yes. I saw a tweet or something, and I think Trump signed it or something.
I love how they're in on the joke.
Do you love that this administration also enjoys humor? The Biden administration was very fun to laugh at, but you were never able to laugh with.
Well, because they couldn't be funny because you have to be self-aware, and Joe Biden was not aware of anything, let alone himself. So, yeah. What's Joe Biden's big joke going to be? And I just crapped my pants. Like, it's not really that funny.
I crapped my pants.
No, it's don't jump. Every time he saw anybody above his height, he would always say the same joke, which is "Don't jump."
It's not a thought that I really ever
hysterical.
think.
I like how when Biden would say something that was clearly not a joke, and he would say, "No joke." Yes, we were there way before you. We know you weren't late trying out some new material as they were scraping you off the pavement as you did your little tour de France there. So, the crazy thing with the presidential races is it's always too early to tell. And from what we've seen with elections in Democrat-ruled areas, it's too early to tell even after all the votes have been cast and the polls have been closed.
Hey, you got to wait just a little bit longer.
Yeah, they're still counting the votes in L.A.
Man, have you ever spent time in California?
I go out there for business stuff sometimes. And
never lived out there or anything?
No, and it's very weird because the plastic surgery disasters that they only look at each other, so they don't know.
They don't see what we see.
They don't see that, you don't have Botox. So the women are starting to look like almost like giant slugs that are just pulling themselves along on their lips that are so full of collagen and meat byproducts. It's not human.
I have a story that I've been waiting to get to. I was going to get to it Friday, but like when I'm wasting time on a Friday to try to get to 3.
You're waiting for that intro to get to a story?
I can't believe it either.
Stockton to Malone on that assist.
I printed, this is from earlier this week, and I was like, wait until Joe DeVito gets here to talk about Botox. But it says strategic wrinkles are now trending.
Strategic wrinkles.
Strategic wrinkles.
Oh, that's good. Is it going to be UN forces deployed to the region?
I don't know. Find the wrinkle, eliminate the wrinkle, and repeat. Lately, I've noticed something strange happening to faces. The wrinkles are coming back on purpose. This is from purewow.com, a blog that was picked up on, I think, a Yahoo distribution. But are we actually being willing to admit that while we're 80, we have aged a little bit with wrinkles? Are you in favor of seeing women? I'm in my 40s. I've got some crow's feet when I smile, but that's because I smile.
Because your face is supposed to move.
Why would I not want it to show just a little bit?
I'll give you an example. I live on Long Island in New York, and I did a gig years ago. It was for some very high-end women's business association. So it's pretty much women whose rich husbands have given them something to do so they won't have sex with the tennis instructor. So they give them some useless. They're designing handbags or running a charity for gimpy chihuahuas or some nonsense. And
I love the chihuahuas.
The women, I could not tell if they were 35 or if they were 85 because their faces were completely devoid of any expression. They all had breast implants.
Got to be rough at a comedy show.
Oh, yeah. They're like, I really enjoy the show. It's like, that's interesting. Do you notice that you're drooling right now, that you're not feeling anything? So these women, the only way to tell was to look at their hands.
Oh, yeah.
Because young women don't have the talons.
Yeah.
Yeah, the neck thing that's another tough one too.
That's a tell. But
they get crepey.
They wear a little turtleneck or something like that, which I probably will do too in 30 years or whenever I'm at that age. Let me ask you this: do you think that speak on behalf of women? And we here on the Annie Frey Show believe in 2 sexes, 2 genders.
Yeah.
We have to say that out loud. Maybe.
Maybe less.
I mean, we're considering all possibilities right now. So
I think
why
I've
not
proven that no sex is also an option. You can hang in there.
About you.
Do you think there's do women, if women were to embrace their aging, society is telling you got to look younger. You got to stay like you're in the game.
Oh yeah.
Is that a woman contrived thought process, or do you think there's any truth to that?
Oh, I think it's definitely harder for women to age. And I was thinking about this because I saw Caitlyn Jenner on TV.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest, I think she's had some work done. I don't like to start rumors.
I don't know how much work.
By the way, Caitlyn Jenner seems like a lovely person, but she was on Gutfeld, and I was watching the hands of the former Bruce Jenner.
Yeah.
That when Caitlyn Jenner likes something, she does this gesture of raising the hands and doing like a.
Is it like this?
Almost like a. Not quite doing a Sugar Ray kind of. Now she's doing like a Philly shoulder. But when you see those hands, you're like, that hand has chucked a discus along. That's not. Those hands didn't get that way from macrame.
Not yet, at least. Just something you can pick up and down the line just to make them a little more delicate. Speaking of the transgender issue, I don't know if you're comfortable with it, Joe.
Mm-hmm. How many drinks are you going to put in me? That's.
I got some coffee here, some caffeination. There's a little controversy going on in the WNBA. Sophie Cunningham, Missouri's own, University of Missouri. I'm saying United States of Missouri. We're very confident here.
We could be close to that soon.
She came out and said, maybe just girls should play in girl sports, and I'm okay with saying that. Are you comfortable talking about all the controversy going on in the WNBA right now?
I can't think of anything I'm more comfortable talking about.
Joe DeVito in studio with us. We'll talk about that next on the Annie Frey Show. Don't go away.
Husband Ryan died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the new Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, get early access to our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. The YouTube live chat poll today is, who would you most support for the 2028 GOP presidential nomination? Would it be J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, or you're not a Republican? One comment just came in as I was speaking that just says Rubio. Thank you for the insight. That is a direct answer, so I guess
the brevity.
I
love good brevity.
Thank you very much. 12:31, this time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Joe DeVito in studio with us. Are you best known for Gutfeld at this point? Is that like where the majority of people know?
Yeah, I mean, you can't beat it. That's, 3 million and change viewers every night.
What a success.
It's pretty wild. I'm very grateful for it.
So you're at the streets of St. Charles, the Funny Bone here. Tonight, 7:30 and 9:30, Saturday night, 6 o'clock and 8:30, stlewisfunnybone.com for your tickets. Go get them now before they sold out. You had a full show last night, so hurry up and get out there. Go get a great dinner on the streets of St. Charles. There are a lot of great options out there, and go laugh tonight. You'll be so glad you did. Plus, you're in kind of, you said it's like your crowd. Like people who are listening to us right now who are going to go maybe for their first time, or maybe they've been before and just haven't in a while. You're like in a friendly crowd.
Absolutely, and it's something that I even talked to the opening acts about, how they kept saying, "Oh, your audience is so nice," and the difference is a lefty comic draws a lefty audience who wants to hear lefty jokes. They hear the same blame orange man for all that stuff. And what I found, and I think the other Gutfeld comics will say the same, our audience comes to hear jokes. So I don't really do any political stuff anymore in the act. I just kind of talk about my life and things that are funny and things that connect with people. So it's good. It's a nice break because we're so soaking in this stuff that just to get away from it, you need it for your mental health.
You just hear that anecdote of the division in our culture. Like, why would anybody pick to go on that one side? Why would you not want to be around people who just want to laugh and have a good time without having to, look at the scoreboard at the end of the day and go, did we win today?
Yeah, I don't understand this constant need to be angry all the time, because I find enough stuff in my life that drives me insane.
Sure.
I don't need to be searching it out.
Yeah.
That's why I even sometimes people that I follow on Twitter who even if I agree with them, if they're too partisan, I say I got to step away from this. You get me too wound up.
Yeah, 100%. Joe DeVito in studio with us right now, writer, comedian, regular panelist on Fox News Gutfeld. You can follow him at Joe DeVito Comedy and also go to joedevito.com. So I asked you about the WNBA, and we've got yesterday we asked the question of our audience in our poll. 45% of the people said no. I think 29% said they're interested in it more than they thought they would be.
Yeah.
And 26% said yes. So 55 somewhat to yes and 45% were no. Is this an important story for people, regardless if you like are in love with girls basketball or politics? Is this an important story right now?
I think so. First, I have to say, WNBA getting your moment. Way to go, ladies. Way to capitalize. You had your moment. I was laughing so much that they had these meetings about who they're very confused as to what the W in their own name.
Why is this here?
So they said they had the meetings, and then they said we really need further consultation on what is meant by a woman. Well, here's something you might say meant by a woman. How about endless talking with no successful conclusion at the end? Like, you guys are making me even more.
That's what we do here.
You're making me even more sexist than I was. I mean, when I saw that foul on Sophie, people said she got clothesline. I thought, well, at least they're doing some laundry. But what are you going to do about it, ladies? Bring it on.
Yeah. What are you going to do? I've heard that the arenas are always warm because the players are always cold.
Those cold feet, cold hands.
Exactly.
Enes Kanter Freedom, would you draft him?
I don't see. We were just saying, these are the rules you made.
Yeah.
And I've even seen some people from the left trying to dunk saying, oh, you think you're going to, I'm trying to do my snotty voice here.
Yeah.
Oh. They said they will, if you want to be a woman, we'll finance your breast. Well, you're the ones who said you didn't have to do any of that stuff. You're the ones who set the rule of you can just announce, you can just declare. And we were trying to say, why is this important? And I do feel compassion because there were people I knew who were trans before all of this.
Yeah.
And they were some of the most confused people because they don't understand what this is.
Really?
It's completely different than what they went through. So I certainly have compassion for them and for anybody who struggles with their gender identity. Look, I've had enough trouble being a straight man has been no walk in the park for Joe DeVito here. Let's be honest.
Are you considering alternatives, Joe?
I don't know what the alternative is, but
it's really anything you want it to be.
Well, but whenever I hear people complain about the patriarchy, and I think, so you thought a system set up to favor tall, rich, good-looking men is something I came up with? You think that came out of my noggin? I tell jokes just to get over it. Give me a break. So here's why I think this is important, and it's not just because you have some damaged men who are taking, the Title IX has become a joke for women's sports because sports is so important for what it can teach a young person. So there's that problem. What bothers me is this sort of general war on language and that making things not make any sense anymore to create chaos.
Very intentional.
It's intentional, and it's a very totalitarian, socialist, communist thing to do, because what it comes down to is what I say only means something because I'm willing to exert force on you. And it's the same thing they did in the Soviet Union, where people knew everything was a lie. And it breaks part of you to make somebody say something they know is false, to make them say it's true. It's like a bully holding your arm, making you hit yourself in the face, saying, why do you keep hitting yourself?
Yeah.
So, and that's the problem with these WNBA meetings. They're so dedicated to this ideology of opposition. You can't come up with something that's more clear-cut than the division between male and female.
Amen. And it's 2 + 2 is 5. I mean, it's Orwellian in that regard. Like we know this plan, and I just think it's really important to key into, like you were talking about how it's intended to create chaos. I think Fox News has been so dominating in their coverage that when people talk about the mainstream media, I'm like, if nobody's watching, they're not mainstream. Like that, there needs to be. I usually refer to them as the agenda-driven media. Conservatives watch Fox News because you guys let conservatives talk on Fox News. They don't have anywhere else to go. But you also let liberals, people who go on there and everybody loves to hate them.
Yeah.
But that means that there are opinions being offered for people to consume on both sides of the aisle. You can only do that intentional chaos and let it go anywhere in a world where the media permits it, where that First Amendment, that freedom of the press actually becomes not a freedom, not an advocacy for the American people. It becomes an advocacy for an agenda. And it's amazing to me that Fox News has become so big that I do think that truth is actually making its way through now. Social media independent journalism helping that. But Fox News is as strong as ever.
I agree with you, and I think I can't remember what it was, but they said the definition of truth is that which can't be denied. You can't deny the outcome. You can have whatever opinions you want. You can say you're sparing people's feelings, but the truth is, I am at a very low risk of ovarian cysts. There's now some high school coaches of mine might beg to differ regarding my flinching if a round object was thrown toward my head. But that's the truth. You have to say it really becomes: is there such a thing as truth? And this is where I have a lot. I'm in show business. I have a lot of liberal friends.
Sure.
It's been very difficult because when I get into, and I never bring this stuff up, but if they insist on arguing with me, I keep breaking it down, the terms of the discussion, and they get angry because we've all seen the videos on a college campus where you just have to say to somebody, they'll say, "Why do you hate this conservative person?" And they'll say, "Oh, there's so many reasons. I can't even possibly come up with just narrowing it down."
Yeah,
and they say, "Can you give one?" And they're like, "I gotta go."
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Yeah, so I think that is something where I certainly never would have considered myself a conservative years ago because conservatives were like the fuddy-duddies. But now it seems that these are such truth-based opinions, and not that conservatives are always right or not doing the same nonsense on their own, but to be able to say, what does this mean? Is there meaning to words other than are you willing to use force to make this person agree with you? So if we were to have a discussion as to traffic lights in the United States, what is stop is usually red. Okay, if we had that discussion, someone said it's purple. And I said, well, it seems like there's a lot of evidence that it's usually red. And if that person said, I'm going to hold your family at gunpoint, and if you don't say it's purple, I'm going to kill them. Well, then I would most likely say purple, depending on who they have in the room. Let's be honest. There might be some flexibility. But if they make me say that, that doesn't make stoplights purple.
Sure.
So again, it's that thing of grinding people into saying things that isn't true. It creates chaos. It's deconstruction, and it breaks something inside of that person.
Yes.
And
yes.
I think the hardest people after all this trans nonsense hopefully gets sorted out. I really feel bad for the parents. I know parents who listen to medical advice.
Kind of went with it.
They kind of went with it because they cared about their kids, and they were told, your kid's going to kill themselves. What a horrible thing to say. And they have the research that's come out now that the children who have gender dysphoria or autism or whatever made them get forced down this path. Fortunately, the rates of self-harm and suicide don't improve. So you've just done a horrible medical procedure on them. So, but again, I wish I could be more sanguine about this, but we just watched the biggest medical lie of all time with COVID, and now they're saying, well, you know, what are you going to do? It was a couple of years ago. It's like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I saw people's lives and careers get destroyed.
Right. And for advocacy, again. I mean, I think bringing it back to the WNBA thing, I think the reason why this is a really important story is because everything you just said there is an absolute great assessment of the moment we are culturally in our time. Sophie Cunningham came out, and what she said was, everybody's welcome in my table.
Yeah.
And she says, I believe that you can hold love and truth at the same time. That's what she said. And she's in the WNBA. She's playing in a subsidized league by the NBA that exists so that girls have an opportunity to play, which is fine. I can admit that my athleticism as a player, as a coach, as an athlete's parent is not insulted knowing that the NBA had to give money to the WNBA to make it possible because people weren't buying tickets. Yeah. Then they started buying tickets, and then the WNBA was like, "Oh no, we are a joke." The WNBA doubled down and said, no, we don't want any of this. You've got the fever coach telling everybody to go to hell. Yeah, so get out of your own way.
Yeah, you could see that the business acumen was as good as the free throw percentage. So
or the layups, my gosh.
But you know why, Annie? Because fundamentally it comes down to you must admit that men and women are different. You must admit that there are differences in the world, and they can't let that go. They can't let that go. And it's not to say men are better or worse, but men and women are different at things.
Yes.
And you hear these people, they make these ridiculous arguments that I'm not sure what the logical fallacy is, but look, I have a friend who was born with one leg. Does that mean humans are not creatures with two legs? It just...
Matt Walsh.
Matt Walsh, yeah.
He says Matt Walsh. He does that a lot.
You have to acknowledge these things, but if you can acknowledge that, you have to agree to so many other things, and then the whole collectivist socialist worldview, it collapses because it's based on fantasy. So
I really believe too that, like, understanding that men and women are different, that the people on the left who are pushing this so much to try to suggest that maybe we could be the same, that is the portion of our culture, of our political landscape, of our society that has diminished all of the superpowers that come with being a woman.
Oh, yeah.
Diminished them all the way away, made them worthless, made them discardable, made them abortable. You take all of that away from, like, where do women get to flex? I have 4 kids. That's the coolest 4 things that I've ever been able to do with my body physically that no man can ever do. But when you throw that all out, literally the baby out with the bathwater, what do you have left? Like, you want to be able to be in a power suit in a boardroom too? Okay, high five. Like, whatever. Like, what makes women special? The left has destroyed it all.
It's true. Well, I think it's part of the left has to separate its opinions from outcomes. That, again, it's a socialist way of thinking. That otherwise you have to, if you're going to evaluate people, I don't say the word judge, but if you're going to evaluate people, it's on their productivity, their abilities, what it is that they do. And of course, socialists can't stand that because they're a bunch of mooches and losers. So you can never say, like, let's judge people on what they're able to produce. Well, then that's why they love the murderer and not the victim. They love the criminal and not the victim of the crime. Because people who are successful, they can't stand it because they are demented losers. So, but it's a shame. The WNBA finally having its moment with Caitlin Clark and Sophie. And now they're gonna blow it. They're gonna blow it.
Yep, 100%. And I mean, they're doing it, like, even in Indiana. I always thought it'd be like, Portnoy says this all the time.
Yeah,
it's Indiana against the world, and he's like, Indiana, what are you doing? You're blowing it. You're missing your moment.
Yeah. And what exactly is the fever you get in Indiana? I don't even understand. The Jazz in Utah makes more sense.
Joe DeVito at the Streets of St. Charles Funny Bone. stlewisfunnybone.com. Show up tonight at the 7:30 or 9:30 show, 6 o'clock or 8:30 on Saturday night. Get some dinner. Have a great evening. You'll laugh. You'll love it. You'll be so glad you did. Joe DeVito, thanks for being in with us.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure to be with you, too. We'll be right back with The Bee or Not the Bee next. Don't go away. The Retirement Advisory Group, you call them at 314-993-9494. That's 314-993-9494. And tell the folks, Bob and Tammy Kershaw at the Retirement Advisory Group, that Annie sent you. I'm telling you what, that transitionary period where you've been working for a long time, great career, you're ready to do something else. Maybe you're ready to do nothing else. Maybe you're ready to travel, go spend time with the grandkids, sit on your porch and watch the sun set or rise, whichever is your soup du jour there. Reach out to the Retirement Advisory Group and talk to them about what your options are, because that's a transitionary period where you need to make sure you're making the right decisions. Don't miss the boat on transitionary options that are going to be afforded to you because you don't know that they exist. If you're worried about losing your nest egg in the next market correction, if you want to know how to build your own personalized structured income plan, the Retirement Advisory Group, they're eager to take your phone call. So reach out to them at 314-993-9494. That's 314-993-9494 and tell them Annie sent you. Online at retirementkey.com.
All right, this is a series of stories which are either from the Babylon Bee, which would make them not real and satire, or they are real stories, and I will read the headlines, and you three, including Joe DeVito,
still in with us. STLewisFunnyBone.com. Get your tickets.
You will tell us whether you think that this is a real story or it is fake. First one, Associated Press says your tax dollars are no longer funding condoms for transgender prostitutes in Nepal.
Ooh. You got me on the Nepal. I don't really know. I'm not
Oh, no.
Well, cancel my vacation plans.
So for DeVito's benefit here, I'm going to say the B. Maybe
You can still buy them, Joe. It's just not tax funded.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he wants them to be prevalent. It's
Right.
it's a safer community that way, Ryan.
It's good money after bad at that point.
Real.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
this
real?
is real, you guys. The Associated Press says these transgender sex workers operate in the shadows along a busy highway in Nepal, risking their lives for a few dollars. You can tell they're slant. Until recently, many of them worked not as sex workers, but as aid workers. Why were so many transgender dudes in Nepal being employed as aid workers? No idea, says the article.
Yeah, perhaps, just, I'm going to bypass that aid joke right there.
Yeah. Probably best.
Letting that one go. Next story.
Next
Perhaps
one.
the work they were doing was not as essential as originally thought. Can we
That's kind
phrase
of
it
the
that way?
implication of the article. Indeed.
Sometimes the best decisions we make personally, nobody ever knows.
Yes.
You know, I understand that.
Next one, Chicago mayor credits huge drop in crime to turning crime stats chart upside down.
The B?
Yeah.
Anybody
That's the B.
I got the B on that one.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
If they had said lower crime to everyone already being dead in Chicago,
There's no crime left to commit.
Yeah.
We've eliminated the problem.
you know who won't be victims of crimes there? Players for the Chicago Bears, because they're going to be in a different state.
yeah, they'll be in Indiana crime stats now. While previous mayors held the chart right side up, making crime appear to be on the rise, Johnson came up with the idea of simply flipping the chart over. As you can see, he said, pausing for dramatic effect, he turned the chart upside down. Crime is actually falling at a historic rate. Incredible. Next one. California DMV workers now requesting interpreters to assist customers who speak English.
Oh, no. That could go both ways.
That strikes me as about 93% true, but I'm going to go with the B on
The
that
best B stories are.
one. Yeah.
I'll agree. I don't know. That could be real.
I'm going to be the outlier here. I'm going to say this one's real.
You're going to say real. Annie, did you say real?
I'm going to agree with my friend Joe.
Okay, you and Joe are right. This is the B. Comedy knows comedy.
It's close.
Maria Garcia Perez, who could only understand Spanish, immediately called over her supervisor when the awkward situation presented itself at the counter. The workers were flummoxed that a white male who could only speak English was at the DMV in the state of California.
You know what tipped me off? People bothering to get their driver's licenses.
Yeah, right. It's got to be fake.
And California can't be real.
Yeah, most of their truckers are actually Nepalese transgender prostitutes. So
They're out of work, Joe.
it's a global village.
All right, next one. WNBA brings in revered Supreme Court justice to help determine what a woman is.
Can I just go ahead and say, get straight to the point here?
You bet. Quote, we can't figure it out, but luckily for us, we were able to secure the help of a Supreme Court justice,
Clarence
said the WNBA. No, Justice Jackson, welcome to this task force. I think I speak for everyone when I say that we are so thankful to have you here to save the day. So what is a woman? The rest of the article is basically a conversation where she explains that she doesn't know
Yes.
and that they don't know why they're paying her
That's
to be
how I
there.
knew that was a fake story.
Yes.
She's actually given testimony that she is unable to tell who is a woman or not. She's not she's not a biologist.
Yeah.
Right. That's what. Yeah. That's what the article ends up being. She keeps going. I thought this was about basketball. I'm not a biologist.
Yeah. You know how you can tell? You show the person a king-size bed and say, how many pillows belong on this?
Exactly.
And if they say 2, 1, or 0,
You know.
that's a man.
Yes. Exactly. All right. AOC struggling to meet single men under the age of 90 at work.
Joe, you want to go first?
I'm going to say that is that is a true statement, but not
You're
a
not
true
wrong.
news item.
B?
It is the B. This is the B. It's a very good one. Quote, I'm trying to put myself out there, but it's been a struggle, said AOC. Every time I start texting with a guy, it turns out that he's in an iron lung.
Oh.
But I'd really like someone who wasn't born during the Depression, she adds.
That's good. I'm just relieved that we're not matching her ex-fiance's ginger hair with her teeth.
Gosh, when everyone talks about how hot AOC is, I mean, no shade at this guy. He's just being a dude, but...
Yeah. Their
I don't
child
know.
would have looked like Beaker from the Muppet Show.
You got one more?
Yeah, time for one more. Okay. Fauci, quote, lying about vaccine miscarriages risks necessary so I could meet Sandra Bullock. I read that poorly, but I think you get the point. Fauci was lying about vaccine miscarriages because he wanted to meet Sandra Bullock.
I'm going to hope for the sake of culture and society that it's the B.
It's the B, although a lot of honesty in that one. He liked to hobnob.
Indeed. This is the B.
Want to hear the word hobnob and Fauci in the same sentence.
Yeah, that's gross. Quote, Sandra Bullock is a star. It's not just me that's saying that. It's science, said Dr. Fauci. And
that's a good
she was
poster
in,
for a quote for your next poster.
Yeah.
He wanted to give her the injection, all right.
She was in Miss
What do you mean?
Congeniality.
I don't understand.
According to the science, that's the best movie ever made, said
It's
Fauci.
just
All right,
science.
the B getting a little sloppy on that one, I have to say. A little lazy.
All right. Well, Joe DeVito, Funny Bone Streets of St. Charles tonight, 7:30, 9:30. If people have the option to go to both shows, do you recommend one or the other or whatever?
It's historically the earlier show is they say it's the money show, but also the late shows, they get a little weird sometimes, so that's kind of a looser one. But then again, if you come tomorrow night, I believe the late show is 8:30, so I brew an extra pot of coffee if you can stay up for that one.
Yeah, well, we will throw as many listeners as we can your way. I know they'll have a great time. Thanks for being with us today.
Right
Always
on.
good to
Thanks,
have you
guys.
back. We'll take a quick break here. Back in a minute, more Annie Frey Show. Senator Eric Schmidt